Welcome to Golden Bachelor. If you love celebrity news and real entertainment updates, you're in the right place. Rachel Lindsay's season of The Bachelorette was filled with unforgettable moments, but one unexpected introduction left viewers stunned and Rachel clearly unsure how to react. When contestant Adam arrived, he didn't come alone. Instead of the usual limo entrance and charming conversation, Adam introduced his constant companion, a lifelike doll he referred to as Adam Jr. From the very first second, the atmosphere shifted. Rachel tried to remain polite and composed, but her body language told a different story. As Adam proudly explained the meaning behind bringing the doll, Rachel's smile appeared strained. She listened carefully, nodding out of courtesy, yet her hesitation was hard to miss. The moment felt awkward, not playful, and the conversation struggled to find a natural rhythm. Inside the mansion, the other contestants quickly took notice. Whispers spread, and reactions ranged from confusion to disbelief. While some tried to laugh it off, others questioned whether Adam's entrance crossed a line from quirky to uncomfortable. Rachel, known for her confidence and emotional intelligence, handled the situation with grace. Still, it was clear this introduction left her questioning Adam's intentions and emotional readiness for a serious relationship. Rather than sparking curiosity or romance, the moment created distance. Fans later debated the scene endlessly. Some praised Rachel for staying calm, while others felt the stunt distracted from the genuine connections she was trying to build. Regardless of opinion, the encounter became one of the most talked about moments of her season. The aftermath of Adam's unusual entrance didn't end with the initial meeting. Later that evening, during the cocktail party, the tension was palpable. Rachel tried to steer conversations toward meaningful questions, but Adam kept bringing the doll into discussions, sometimes even jokingly referring to Adam Jr. as if Rachel should see it as a playful addition. Rachel's patience was tested. While she laughed politely at first, her eyes often betrayed her uncertainty. She was clearly trying to assess Adam's personality. Was this a harmless quirk or a sign that he might not be ready for a real relationship? Other contestants couldn't hide their reactions either. Some whispered behind their hands, trying not to disrupt the flow of the evening, while others shot curious glances, wondering how this unexpected guest would affect Rachel's decisions. The producers made sure the cameras captured every reaction, creating one of the season's most talked about moments. As the night progressed, Rachel chose to address the situation directly. In a private conversation with Adam, she asked pointed but respectful questions about why he brought the doll and what it meant to him. Adam explained that Adam Jr. was a personal comfort item and something he felt attached to, but Rachel's expression suggested that explanation didn't fully ease her concerns. Fans watching at home were divided. Social media exploded with memes, debates, and reactions. Some viewers found the scenario hilarious and quirky, while others empathized with Rachel, noting how awkward and unconventional it was. Despite the divide, one thing was clear. Rachel handled the moment with maturity, balancing curiosity, boundaries, and respect, a true display of her emotional intelligence. By the end of the night, Rachel had made a silent judgment. She remained friendly, yet cautious. Adam's bold move may have made a statement, but it also created a barrier between him and the other contestants. The moment had shifted the season's energy, proving that first impressions, no matter how unusual, can have a lasting impact. The next day, the drama didn't fade. During the group challenge, Rachel noticed that Adam was still leaning on Adam Jr. as a sort of conversation starter with the other contestants. What might have been a fun, quirky twist for some seemed to make genuine connections harder to form. Rachel watched as other men engaged in serious conversations about their lives, ambitions, and feelings. She admired their efforts, but every time she glanced at Adam and his doll, she felt a pang of doubt.
Could she trust someone who seemed so attached to a non-human companion to be emotionally present in a relationship? Later, in the one-on-one date portion, Adam tried to win Rachel over with charm and humor, hoping to show that the doll didn't define him. Rachel smiled and laughed at moments, but she carefully steered the conversation toward topics that really mattered: family, values, and long-term goals. Adam responded thoughtfully, yet Rachel couldn't ignore the lingering discomfort from the prior day. Back at the mansion, whispers among the contestants grew louder. Some wondered if Adam's behavior was a strategy, while others questioned whether it revealed a deeper emotional quirk. The atmosphere became tense but fascinating. Viewers could feel the energy shift in every interaction. When Rachel sat down for the rose ceremony, it was clear that Adam had work to do. His unusual entrance had made a memorable impression, but memories alone weren't enough. Rachel had to decide if she could see a future with someone who might not always approach life in a conventional way. This moment became a turning point in the season. Fans debated online, dissecting every smile, nod, and expression. Rachel's poise under pressure made her a fan favorite, and Adam's choice to bring the doll sparked endless discussions about boundaries, first impressions, and authenticity. By the end of the week, Rachel's interactions with Adam had shifted from polite curiosity to cautious evaluation. She was determined to give everyone a fair chance, but it was clear that this unusual moment had already left a lasting mark on her journey.
Rachel's bond with the other contestants deepened, and Adam's unusual attachment to Adam Jr. continued to be a recurring topic. Even during intimate moments, Rachel found it difficult to fully relax. She tried to see past the doll, focusing on Adam's personality and values, but the situation had already created a subtle barrier between them. During one particularly emotional group date, the other men opened up about personal struggles, their childhoods, and dreams for the future. Rachel connected with many of them on a profound level, sharing laughter, tears, and heartfelt conversations. Adam, however, seemed distracted, sometimes addressing the doll mid-conversation or making light of serious topics. Rachel's patience was tested, and viewers could sense her internal struggle. She wanted to remain fair, but her intuition was warning her. In a private one-on-one, Rachel confronted Adam gently but firmly. She asked him to explain why Adam Jr. had to be involved in his daily life and whether it reflected deeper emotional patterns. Adam admitted that the doll provided comfort and a sense of stability, but Rachel noticed a subtle tension in his response. He seemed defensive at times, as if unsure how much to reveal. Rachel's response was measured. She acknowledged his honesty, but expressed her concerns, emphasizing that a successful relationship required emotional availability and shared experiences. Adam promised he could adapt, but Rachel's face told a story of uncertainty. Could she fully trust that he would be ready to engage in a genuine partnership? Meanwhile, the mansion's atmosphere shifted. Other contestants observed the interaction closely, speculating on Rachel's impressions and Adam's behavior. The producers made sure to highlight these moments, creating a mixture of tension, humor, and suspense that kept audiences glued to the screen. Social media exploded with fan theories, memes, and debates about whether Adam's quirk was endearing or a red flag. By the following rose ceremony, the stakes had never felt higher. Rachel was clearly weighing each contestant carefully, her decisions reflecting both her heart and her expectations for a meaningful connection. Adam, aware of the scrutiny, tried to prove that he could be serious and thoughtful, but the lingering question remained: could he overcome the initial awkward impression and show Rachel his true self? As the season neared its end, Rachel faced some of the toughest decisions of her journey. The mansion, once full of laughter and excitement, now carried an undercurrent of tension. Every interaction mattered, and every gesture was being carefully noted by both Rachel and the cameras.
Adam knew he had to step up if he wanted to earn Rachel's confidence. On a private date, he tried to focus solely on her, leaving Adam Jr. aside. They talked late into the evening about hopes, fears, and the type of partnership they each wanted. Rachel appreciated his effort, and there were moments when the warmth between them seemed genuine, yet she couldn't ignore the earlier awkwardness that had left its mark. Meanwhile, the mansion's atmosphere shifted. Other contestants observed the interaction closely, speculating on Rachel's impressions and Adam's behavior. The producers made sure to highlight these moments, creating a mixture of tension, humor, and suspense that kept audiences glued to the screen. Social media exploded with fan theories, memes, and debates about whether Adam's quirk was endearing or a red flag. By the following rose ceremony, the stakes had never felt higher. Rachel was clearly weighing each contestant carefully, her decisions reflecting both her heart and her expectations for a meaningful connection. Adam, aware of the scrutiny, tried to prove that he could be serious and thoughtful, but the lingering question remained: could he overcome the initial awkward impression and show Rachel his true self? As the season neared its end, Rachel faced some of the toughest decisions of her journey. The mansion, once full of laughter and excitement, now carried an undercurrent of tension. Every interaction mattered, and every gesture was being carefully noted by both Rachel and the cameras. Adam knew he had to step up if he wanted to earn Rachel's confidence. On a private date, he tried to focus solely on her, leaving Adam Jr. aside. They talked late into the evening about hopes, fears, and the type of partnership they each wanted. Rachel appreciated his effort, and there were moments when the warmth between them seemed genuine, yet she couldn't ignore the earlier awkwardness that had left its mark. Meanwhile, Rachel's connection with the other contestants had grown deeper. Many had shown vulnerability and sincerity that resonated strongly with her. She laughed, shared personal stories, and experienced moments of true emotional intimacy that Adam struggled to replicate despite his attempts. When the final group date arrived, Rachel reflected on the season. She realized that a lasting relationship required more than charm or memorable entrances. It required compatibility, shared values, and emotional availability. Adam's quirk made the journey memorable, but Rachel's instincts told her that it might be a barrier she couldn't overlook. The rose ceremony approached, and tension filled the air. Rachel called each contestant forward, taking a moment with each one. When she turned to Adam, her expression was calm but resolute. She thanked him for his honesty and openness, acknowledging his unique personality. However, she explained that she needed a partner whose approach to relationships aligned more closely with her own. Adam accepted the decision gracefully, a small smile on his face, though the disappointment was clear. Outside the mansion, fans debated the outcome. Many admired Rachel's clarity and emotional intelligence, praising her for staying true to herself rather than being swayed by a quirky first impression. Others sympathized with Adam, noting his unique personality had sparked conversation and divided opinion. Regardless, the moment became one of the season's most talked about and shared highlights. In the end, the season reminded viewers that while unconventional gestures might create memorable moments, lasting relationships are built on trust, connection, and shared understanding. Rachel's journey was a testament to the importance of knowing what you truly want and having the courage to make difficult decisions, even when they are hard. Thanks for watching Golden Bachelor. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next big story.